Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we've hit top 4. This is going to be winners finals between Antwerp and Lycan. So Antwerp and winner semis beat James Bell to make it to here, wielding his Machamp. Not his main character, but I guess he wanted to get some practice in. And so far he's been doing really well with this character too. And now he's going to be going up against Lycan, who is a Lucario specialist. And Lycan does have some of the tools to keep Machamp out if he wants to play it that way. So let's see how he deals with it. Lycan just hanging back now, building some meter. Gets a successful counter attack. And now they're just going to duke it up for a little bit. Antwerp going for a bad bulk up there. Taking a lot of hits off of Aura Spheres. And he gets anti-aired. Just a lot of damage. Lycan just throwing out a lot of... wow, just goes right around Imoga. This looks like a wash for Ant. He just stands back and builds a little more meter. And goes right under the counter attack. Appropriate reactions. That resulted in the 7 golden letters for Lycan. Just out of range for that side Y. And interrupts the charge CA again. Well, he committed to that Bone Rush. Wow. His reactions are on point for Machamp's CA. Getting a lot of distance right now. Throwing on another Aura Sphere. Machamp can't really do much up against that. He has to get up blocking. And Lycan with the appropriate reaction to the CA again. The CAs have not been working out for Antwerp so far this round. And he's going to be taking another Roki. Lycan just mixing it up. This is going to be a double perfect. Nope, that's going to be a trade. Imoga sticks the speed down. This might be the little bit of difference that Ant wants. Alright, going right through. Now he's going to have to deal with Burst, and unfortunately Ant doesn't even have his own one right ready, and that's going to be it. Unfortunate. So Lycan with all the correct responses to Machamp's slow attempts to approach in. Very convincing on Lycan's side. Let's see if Ant can make any changes in his playstyle. Or try and adapt to this. Of course, we do have to take into account, this is a cross-continental game. We've got a UK player and an OCE player, different sides of the globe. So, there's probably going to be a little bit of netplay shenanigans going on. But we're going to have to forgive that. Alright. Perfect blocks the homing. Gets a good grab in. And manages to bait the move again this time. Resets into a grab. That's half health gone already. Ant is making good progress. Chucks a rock at him. And now he's right up in the face again, but Lycan answering back with his own grab. Doing a little bit of pressure. Ant with the correct response to Bone Rush. Throws out a scary face. Backdashes into our sphere. He's gonna have to be careful now. Lycan tried to press a button against Imoga. And he's rolling in. But Lycan smelled the grab coming. The speed down is still on Lycan, so this is going to help out against Machamp's. Unfortunately, he loses another Roki. And now Lycan feeling pressured, activating Burst. Immediately confirmed to the Burst. And Ant did not guess correctly on the mix-up after the Burst attack was blocked. He's gone 1 HP. Gotta be careful. And that clanks. And he gets through the grab. He has a chance here. All he needs to do is land one stray hit. He needs one stray hit, that's all he needs. Just armors through. And excellently played right through the false palm. This is going to be the round for Antwerp. But it was a really close game. Lycan's gonna get away with a half-filled burst meter with that last activation of Jirachi. He's playing a bit of the long game. I was hoping to probably get away with it so they could get a little more meter with a round win, but now he's fighting from the back foot. So he's gotta keep that in mind. They're playing a little bit of footsies now. and having a higher success chance with going through Aura Spheres, and gets a submission command grab, walks him into the corner. This is going to be big damage. That's going to be a crit grab. Half health on Lycan's side. And activates Bulk Up. Misses the perfect block that time. Can't perfect block them all. CA is going to connect. Raw Launcher 5x into the wall. You gotta be careful now though. Oh, and Lycan homings right into that one. That was probably accidental. That cross up. Wow. Those reactions. Chasing down the backdash. Didn't actually manage to land. And the stagger pressure. Lycan doesn't want any more of this. Back off, he says. I've got Burst and Jirachi up. I'm going to pressure with this thing. But Ant's guessing to grab this time. And what is going on? Counter attack Bonanza. That's going to connect. Speed down on Lycan's side. He's going to be really careful now. Manages to get through the CA and manages to steal the round. There was some major shenanigans there. Everyone was in everyone's head. But we've got ourselves a final round. Lycan calls Jirachi right at the start to get some meter on the board. And now he's got a decent whoa! That's going to be the Bone Rush interrupted. Guesses the grab Wookiee correctly. Gets him off. Grab back into field. Goes in for Force Palm. And the stare down. Antwerp is getting pushed back to the corner. But he doesn't mind that too much. He's got Imoga on deck. He's ready to react to anything that Lycan does that looks like the startup of a move he can activate Imoga against. Gets a combo starter. Lycan activates Burst. Antwerp answering back immediately. And they both activated their burst attacks, and unfortunately Lycan's gonna be losing this one. This is gonna be huge for Antwerp. He's going to have the life lead, and he still has his support online. That's going to be it! Right through. Crit grab. Excellent answer from Antwerp. Now there's a round apiece on both sides. So Antwerp's adapted. He's adapting. He's getting used to what Lycan wants to do in his game plan. Of course, both these players gonna have a bit of a back and forth, adapting to each other's adaptations. We're gonna be seeing how they turn the tables as the match goes along. Such is the mark of a good player. So I don't expect any changes into supports. Everyone seems pretty happy with what they're running. Like on the First Blood, going in for some early game pressure. The damage isn't too bad this early on. These little grabs, Machamp can afford to take a few. But Lycan, as you can see, already almost has his full burst meter. Antwerp on point with those perfect blocks. Getting the grabs in. Well, that's gonna get whiff punished. Bone Rush, one of the best whiff punishing tools in this game. Just gonna have to be careful. Tags him out of the air, goes in for a grab, and Antwerp was pressing a counter. And now he has to watch out. He can't take too many more grab mix-ups. Imoga, that's gonna get blocked this time, but he gets a safe bulk up off of it. He doesn't have too much time to work with, but if there's one character that can steal the round back, it's Machamp. All he needs is one more good hit. He gets a perfect block in. Perfect blocks the burst wave, oh my word! And Lycan making a mistake calling Jirachi. Machamp, the only character who can perfect block in duo with submission. And he lost the round for that. Unfortunate. You could have seen that regret in his eyes if he had a player cam, I think. Because there was that brief moment where you could see that he had perfect block the burst with and he was already going in. Lycan's not happy about that. Now he's backing off a little bit, going back to chucking projectiles. This is Ryu versus Zangief. But the stagger pressure getting to Lycan. Tagging him. Lycan wins the CA stare down this time and is going to go ahead and shift it back to field. A nice CADC true, getting the grab. And now Antwerp just backing off for a little bit. But Lycan, ready for Imoga that time, jumps over. Antwerp, thinking he was still safe, tried to go for bulk up, gets punished for it. Cross chop to erase. Wins another phase, and now both characters have their burst online. If Ant wants to close this out, he still can. He has to activate burst now. But Lycan, having the life lead, sitting pretty, probably doesn't feel the need to activate burst, and indeed does not. So we're going into a final round. Lycan with burst and Jirachi up, ready to go. Can immediately go into burst Lucario with Jirachi up at any time. And now we're back to Ryu versus Zangief. Manages to call out the command grab, but commits to the bone rush, and oh, a DP. Right back into field we go. Oh, that's gonna be a whiff punish on the full charge CA. This is looking pretty good for Lycan right now. Antwerp fighting from the back foot, but he's gonna have to be careful. They both have burst online. If Ant decides to burst now, he can easily turn things around. He's getting some good pressure, gets the crit grab from the tick throw. Goes for bulk up. A little bit of pressure, and just goes right in for the homing. Lycan was expecting something else. Activating burst to push himself out the corner, but he rolled through the burst wave! And that might have been a bad Jirachi call. Okay. Antwerp with the right reactions. He's going to have to be careful of the follow-up. He drops his shield. And has the burst now to get the pressure off him. Goes in for a little submission, trying to bait something out. And oh, Lycan going for a DP. Up against the raw super. What else can you do? It's gonna be death. So Antwerp now up 2 games to 1. Making good progress against Lycan. He's 1 round away from advancing into Grands. That's all he needs, 1 more round. And seems to have cottoned on to Lycan's patterns. Getting away with rolling through that burst wave, that was pretty darn insane. Machamp doesn't need to win too many interactions to win. He can afford to make a few mistakes. More so than Lucario. And that's what makes this character dangerous. There's backing off a bit, absorbing some stuff from Meter. Oh! He went in for a little tick throw, and Lycan, if he was a second later, he was gonna get grabbed. Worked out for him so far. He's building Meter. And good answer to the homing, the walk up, the Oki. And outlasts the submission that time. Good answer. What's the Oki gonna be? Lycan doesn't want to take it. No Oki. Whoa! And rolling through the burst wave again, but this time Lycan's not having any of it. Predicts that he's gonna roll through the burst wave. Immediately goes for the burst attack. That'll teach you to think twice before doing that again. It was multi-layered. We're going into round 2. Lycan calls Jirachi right off the bat, gets a little bit of Meter on the board, and now he's at half. Things happen really quickly with this character. But submission gets right this time. Oh, and the nice little dash back to make it whiff, and this is going to be the phase shift. Lycan just backing off, building Meter. He knows he can afford to. He's got the life lead. He doesn't need to wait. And now they both got burst online. Imoga gets caught and gets blocked. And hasn't had a successful Imoga land since the last round. The last game. And it's fighting for his life now. Activates burst. Burst almost through it. Oh, this is going to be... Oh, he dropped... He didn't commit to it. And that was a bit of a bad burst attack. I'm not sure if that was intentional. Lycan was visibly out of range for that one. Is he going to survive this one? He is. Barely by the skin of his teeth. And still armoring through stuff for the meter. That might have come to bite him in the back. He cannot afford to take any more hits now, and that's gonna be it. Bone Rush closing it out. So a couple bad decisions on Antwerp's side, and everything just went downhill. So we've got 2 games apiece, and we're going into final round. Lycan answering back, showing that, you know, I can still adapt. You rode through my burst wave. I've still got answers for it. So if this happens a 3rd time, let's see if we can see the 3rd level of Yomi. I know you know that I know, so I'm going to block your burst attack once I rode through the burst wave. Or maybe just go for something completely different. Alright, game set. Game point. It's kind of sad that Machamp can't get anything just by jumping. That's why. Just has to. He just avoids it, but doesn't get any reward off of it much. Oh, that's gonna go with punish. And the pickup. Jumps over the Aura Sphere. Full charge CA was let rip and he got punished for it. He's trying to roll his way in. Blocks the CA. Tries to walk in again. Gets attacked by 2Y. So now Lycan has the life lead. He's probably just gonna hang back for a bit. He can afford to keep a distance. Goes in for a lunge. This is some classic footsies. The Shoto versus the Grappler. Ryu versus a Zangief. With punishing. Projectiles. Playing it perfectly right now. And forced into the corner. Bad time on the roll. Gets hit by the Aura Sphere. And he can't afford to take too many more. But Lycan misses. Pressing buttons on Wake Up. And he gets grabbed for his troubles. So this could easily turn around for him right now. Lycan immediately activates and goes into burst attack. And going for CA on response, activating his own burst. But it wasn't quite enough. That probably wasn't the best use of meter. And probably wasn't keeping an eye on the clock for there. Now he's starting with no burst again. And this is going to be problematic for him. Misses the air grab, gets a little bit of damage on. And that gets blocked, and that's incredibly minus. And it's trying his best to move in. Counts the homing. Decent amount of damage. Scary face. Gets avoided. Because he and charging up for another one, but he lets go. Just a couple hits. Just a couple raw hits. Oh. Now they're backing off. Jumps into another Aura Sphere. Oh, good answer. Rode in. And gets the air grab. Crit this time. This is going very well now. Wait, didn't block the... Wow, what a weird place to drop your block. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Biggest damage single move in the game. Crit against the grab. Alright, so they both have burst now. It's still anyone's game. Let's say Burst Machamp versus Burst Lucario with Jirachi. That's going to be an interesting matchup. Lycan still on point with punishing those CAs. Last set of homing connects. Lycan just backing off again. He has a slight life lead. Make Machamp come to you. No need to take... Oh, he was pressing too wide. This is going to be the wall. And he tries to DP out of it, gets submissioned. This will not phase shift. He's going to be still stuck in the corner. This is so bad right now. Lycan activating burst to try and get out. He gets perfect blocked on the burst wave. And mistiming his Oki. This is going to hurt really bad. It's still anyone's game. He's probably going to activate Burst at this point to try and get some space. Kozimoga on the run-in. It's going to combo. So how's the scaling like on Imoga? It looks pretty bad. Looks like absolutely terrible scaling it was. It was actually absolutely terrible scaling, but it doesn't matter anyway. The grab is going to close it out. And Ant running away with that game right into grand finals.